Call of Duty has been a staple in my gaming career, my platinum career, for a while now. It's not the first time I've talked about a Call of Duty game, and I doubt it's going to be the last. But Advanced Warfare was definitely a turning point. Not only for Call of Duty, but also for me. This was the first one I took as a challenge. This was the first one someone looked at me in the eye and said, I bet you can't. It's also the first time I was given a time limit, even though I didn't make it. A time limit was thrown down, a gauntlet at my feet, by none other than my roommate, Tig. Infamous Tig. Now, this game came out in 2014. I didn't really play it on PS4 until 2015, and even then, I was basically playing his copy. It wasn't my copy at all. And at that point, Black Ops 2 had come out, and he had moved on to the next first-person shooter, because he's just much of a bruh. So, at that point, I was free to take the game with me over winter break and play the ever-living shit out of. It wasn't my favorite game by a long shot, but it was the game that he was like, I bet you can't get the platinum by the time we get back. He didn't know that having me focus all my time and energy on one single game would cause me to get kicked out of my house, but I'm not blaming him or the game for that. With the challenge thrown on my feet, I was gunning for it. I'm gonna be honest, it took me for a loop. Playing through the game, you're pretty much going to have most of your standard Call of Duty type trophies. One miscellaneous trophy per mission, one for getting all the collectibles, one for completing each of the missions on any difficulty, one for completing them on veteran difficulty, and one for completing the entire campaign on veteran difficulty. But with this game having Kevin Spacey as an antagonist, the bar was set high for things to go up. And when some of those miscellaneous trophies being quite difficult, looking at you, Will Man, which, by the way, best way of doing that trophy, throw the game on motherfucking easy. On, like, noob difficulty, recruit difficulty, it's Call of Duty, what the fuck am I talking about, and just skate on by as slowly as humanly fucking possible. You should be fine. The majority of this game comes down to pressing F to pay respects, and just playing the game. I know that doesn't make a lot of sense, but this game was going heavy for making you look cool as shit without really having you doing all that much. You can hear my PS4 struggling in the background because at the time it was a hardcore game, pushing the system to its limits with its very realistic, very punchable Kevin Spacey face. And giving us the greatest meme imaginable of Press F, which, if I'm honest, I could just title this one, the one that made us Press F. Might actually just do that. Now, you wonder why this game is memorable? It made us Press F for respects. Fuck it. Changing the title of the video mid-video. Let's go. But this is actually the Call of Duty that for a while I was best at. While my gunplay always kind of leaves much for wishing, my evasion when it came to this game was through the roof. I managed to get the majority of my drops on people just by using a ninja technique of going 46 degrees up, 45 degrees being an infamous angle that if you're not really aware and not looking above you, you're not ever going to be looking above a 45 degree angle. So I pretty much end up using that to my advantage 9 times out of 10, using my XO abilities to boost up against other online players and just shooting them from above like I was some kind of evil warhawk. Let me tell you, it wasn't that bad of a time. I am playing the game on normal difficulty if you are curious while I make this video, but you know. don't worry about it. This is a game that challenged its players to say, hey, why not go for broke? Not just go for broke, but go for hella broke. Let's bring in spaceships, let's bring in all this other nonsense that the series would then later ditch with World War II and future games, but it was a turning point. It was something that a lot of people was excited about. And given my combat record in this game, even I was. I did originally play this game on the PS3, but with my roommate's shiny new copy on the PS4, it ended up being the PS4 version that I ended up getting my Platinum Trophy on. So that's the version I'm playing today. I don't have a lot of tips for this game, for the most part of it being, first off, a fairly forgettable game, in the fact that games ended up just kind of being played. Also, that would have gotten me the trophy for getting 10 enemies with a single paint grenade. Again, one of those things where, like, just playing through the game a couple of times where I end up getting the trophies. This is going to be another trophy for just grabbing a car door and honestly finding someone and eating it. But in this first mission, the game really tries to show you everything that you can do if you're curious enough. And I'm not gonna lie, the game did have promise. It did have an interesting villain in Kevin Spacey, even with an interesting concept of what if something that happens already in our real life world is then made evil? What if the biggest unregulated corporate military base becomes super psychotic and super emo? And by emo, I mean evil. Rawr, XD. It's one of the things that I did appreciate, that this game tried to do something new and tried to do something different, and for the most part did a lot of things right. I love the grappling hook when I'm allowed to use it. I love just kind of playing through, but it's not my favorite game for a while, mostly because of the goddamn Exo Survival mode. Now, back then I wasn't doing my first attempt on videos, so I really didn't have a reason to pick up the DLC packs, but that didn't stop me from going ahead and doing it, especially when a rumored zombies mode was in, and eventually it would become your prize for completing the flip-flop trophies and then going even further into the extra survival mode. But these were the trophies that ended up costing me the challenge and my sanity. Having to go through pretty much every single mission, multiplayer map, and playing through the game, all of the 30 waves of Exo Survival, was just frankly too much. It turned a game that was pretty much fun, that I was enjoying, that I was honestly enjoying, turned into something that, as soon as I stopped playing, I stopped playing. It wasn't a game I ended up picking up for a while afterwards, to the point where it had me questioning if I ever wanted to play any other game that kind of had this game mode in. It's the only reason why, truth be told, is one of the only reasons why I haven't gone deep into Modern Warfare 3 at this point, as I play it now. Just because Extra Survival leaves me with nightmares at the end of the day. If you don't know what Extra Survival is, it is a mode that kind of took the precursors of the Battle Royale genre that we now see god near everywhere today, and throws it on the deep end throws it in more of a player versus environment type, a PvE type event, where all you have to do is survive. Kill everything and survive, but for the most part, just survive. Now, the mode definitely has its moments, letting you customize a lot of the struggles, a lot of your abilities, a lot of your exo suit things, but it ends up just highlighting once again how much it just doesn't work. At least not what I was trying. And trust me, I tried a lot of different things to try to make this work, and it just wasn't sinking in. It was one of the things that I wish I could have been better at it, but in the end, I needed my roommate to help me get through. The challenge was lost, and he ended up being smug, saying I'd never be that I still had a lot of learning to do when it came to being a trophy hunter. And I ended up biting my tongue and saying, you know what? I wish this mode didn't exist. Because in the end, it is that mode that ended up screwing me over. Having to survive 30 rounds on a single map was hard as shit. Ended up basically camping to get it done. Which, I don't think I need to tell you that if you're camping in a first-person shooter and you're using any other weapon besides a sniper rifle, you're probably not doing it right to begin with. But, to each their own playstyle, I guess. The last trophy I ended up getting was an Exo Survival trophy, which you get for completing the super secret prison zombies mode. This is the mode that not only teased but confirmed that there was going to be zombies DLC throughout the DLC pass, and what got a lot of people excited to see what a Exo Zombies experience would be. Now, I'm not going to say this was a bad idea. It wasn't. And you actually have a lot of people who, to this day, would kill to get a return of Exo Zombies. But when the base game just has it more as a teaser, more as an afterthought, more as almost a advertisement to get you to pay for DLC, I just can't support it. I just can't support it on a whole, and I wish that I didn't have to be a part of it. And it's disappointing that some of the last trophies I had on this hunt were trophies that I honestly didn't want any part of. I didn't want any part of anything with it. The only tips I can give for this game is go ahead and try to use guides as best as possible for your collectibles and for your miscellaneous trophies. Most of them you won't actually need a guide for, because most of them, once you know what you have to do, are actually pretty simple and don't require that much thoughts. But, you know, just in case if you want to take all the fun out of the hunt, it is an option that I do recommend if you're just going for pure speed. Which again, I don't recommend. It does feel to take out a bit of the spirit of the hunt. But hey, each hunt is going to have their own journey and their own yada yada. Alright, so with all that being said, I don't have anything else to add. So with all that being said, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare's time on the channel has come to an end. The challenge is over. We must press F to pay respects for this video because we're about DOA. So the only thing that's left to do is to show off that shiny platinum trophy that did not make that extra survival mode worth it. Pick up a secure intel showing you what that looks like. One of the 45 that you have to get throughout this campaign, most of which are just that easy of go to something that looks like it's open, make sure it's open, and pick up a computer. Yeah, I wouldn't be into Black Ops 3 where they start diversifying what their in-town collectibles looks like, which again I appreciate. But I'm not here to talk about Black Ops. We're all here to talk about Advanced Warfare. So I'm here to show you what this platinum trophy looks like and get the fuck out of Dodge. So let me show you that, and we can call this a video. Boom, and there we go. Sledgehammer's first foray into Call of Duty by themselves end up getting the End of War Platinum Trophy. Now it is a rare trophy when it comes to the normal player base, but honestly it's not that hard of a Platinum Trophy when it comes to some of the other Call of Duty games, and it's not going to put too much of a dent into your time if you're going in with the mindset of just hunt it. But that's all I really have to say. Thank you guys for watching this video. I am going to give it my rating of be proud of it, only because even though most of it isn't that brag worthy, it is a Call of Duty game with an extremely low completion rate, and it's not a game that a lot of people first think of when they go to being a trophy hunt. Not only that, the game is fun when it lets itself be fun, and if it wasn't for that Exo Survival mode, it probably would be getting my brag about it rating. But it is what it is, the advertisement and all. So thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.